The making of my current series of sculptures is a slow-going process. Built into the fabrication method are regular rhythmic pockets of waiting time. It's a continuous theatre, active construction, and these pockets of waiting, which takes place here in the studio and is usually filled with fragmented staccato pieces of reading and research. I remember reading that during the war, many objects from the Berlin Ethnographic Museum, just like those of the museums of many other German cities, were stored for safety in nearby salt and coal mines. I have an imagination of them, set deep within the earth, surrounded by sodium crystals and compressed carbon, and somehow, semi-magically, absorbing mineral vapours out of their environment, becoming encompassed in slow growths of crystalline salt and carbon, even painful pustules of salt and coal breaking out all over their skin. I feel somehow that even though they were returned above ground after the war, that they are somehow still covered in the grime and cancer of those places. Last year it was reported that scientists in Germany had paused the pulsation of light waves by shooting them into a crystal, a so-called specially treated yttrium silicate, which held this pulsation within it for a 60-second period. The observable light that was subsequently re-emitted back out from within the yttrium silicate crystal was, in a real and a material sense, light from the recent past. It was like a model of the starlight we see in the night sky from impossibly far-off suns, which have in fact long since faded back to astral death and to darkness. I read of a team of psychologists who recently conducted a study of amnesia affecting the hippocampus, that small region of the brain which is concerned both with the person's spatial memory and with the processing of short-term into long-term memories. Their study showed that this amnesia affected not just the memory of people's personal pasts, but interfered with those patients' ability to properly construct any kind of imagined, projected or fictional future. In one interview transcript available, a test subject, when asked to imagine a future visit to a museum, grows very quickly frustrated by his inability to work beyond the fragmented flashes of images available to him, and fails to glue them into a temporally ordered and spatially comprehensible scene. In the 1945 film adaptation of Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray, there exists an ancient Egyptian statuette of a cat, which is placed on the mahogany table beside Gray as he poses for his now infamous portrait. In fact, in the text of the original novella, the cat does not exist, but nonetheless, here it is in the film, serving as a kind of trope of oriental and vaguely pre-modern magical agency. The sculpture that is there and not there operates as an enabler and a catalyst for the following quasi-supernatural narrative that unfolds for Gray and those whose lives he tragically touches, haunting them from older spirit worlds. In The Picture of Dorian Gray, like in the ghost stories of the writer M.R. James, it is an encounter with an object of the deep past that initiates the seepage of the supernatural into the rationalist's world.